Hey, Pastor John here. I've got a question for you. Have you ever heard the story of Alexander the Great when he landed on the shores of Persia? The year's like 334 BC. Alexander the Great has like 120 ships and full of soldiers. He lands on Persia to go invade, and he does one of the craziest military tactics ever known to man. He turns around and he tells his soldiers, "Turn around, burn the ships." He says, "We go home in Persian ships or we don't go home." What a way to tell your soldiers there is no retreat, huh? Well, I was reminded of that story this morning as I was reading my Bible. I was in Joshua chapter 5, and Joshua is God's military commander. He's leading the people to go invade Canaan, the promised land, and claim it. And something similar happens, and they're at Gilgal, about to head in, about to go to the city of Jericho. And here, let me pull up the Bible for you. uh, Joshua chapter 5, look there at verse 10. While the people of Israel were encamped at Gilgal, they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month in the evening on the plains of Jericho. And the day after the Passover, on that very day, they ate of the produce of the land, unleavened cakes and parched grain. And the manna ceased the day after they ate of the produce of the land. And there was no longer manna for the people of Israel, but they ate of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. Wow. Do you see what God did there? Yeah, God basically burned the ships, didn't he? He told Israel, like, listen, if you want to eat, you will eat the produce of the land you're about to invade. If you want to eat, you have to go forward into Canaan, because if you go back to the desert, the manna has ceased. There's nothing there for you. You have to go forward. And it made me wonder, in my own life, are there things that God has ceased to give me and provide for me for my sake? Are there ships in my life that God has burned so that I have to go forward and trust him in faith, and I have to trust that I can then go and do bigger and bolder things for him, that he will provide no matter what. Maybe that's happened for you. Maybe God has stopped a job for you so that you have to go forward and trust him for the next thing. Maybe God has closed a door so that there's no question, that there's no going back. You have to go forward and trust him. God is the God who gives and takes away. He can do this. And we have to look to him and trust him. Maybe in 2025, that's a prayer. How about this? What if we made that a prayer, a big, bold prayer to God? And we said, Lord, would you shut the door? Would you burn the ship? Would you stop the manna so that I have to trust in the thing you're providing for now? God, would you help me to move forward in faith? Maybe that's what God is doing for you this year. I hope it is. And you know what? I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoy the Word of God. Just something to think about. But hey, God bless. I'll talk to you later.